Hi all, this day I want to show you a game between Women Grandmaster Valentina Gunina and Women International Master Vaishali Rameshbabu, and it's a game played yesterday in the FIDE and Chess.com's Women's Speed Chess Championship. Yesterday there was the qualifiers and there were such a vast amount of games played yesterday. I chose this one, but I have not even begun to see them all. So if you have any suggestions for other games, please do so in the comments below. So let's start with the game. We have e4 by white, c5, the Sicilian defense, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop to b5, the Nies Medina Rosalimo attack. We have g6, bishop takes c6, take, and white castles. Bishop to d7 and rook to e1. And then we have knight to h6. You might be wondering, that's a strange place for a knight, but actually it keeps this diagonal open for the bishop, and it this way it prevents white also from playing maybe something like d4 and keeping the tension in the center. So white plays c3, now preparing d4. We have castles by black, and now d4. We have takes and takes, and black challenges the center with d5. Here, white actually gives up the bishop pair with bishop takes h6, and we have knight to e5, centralize the knight attacking the c6 pawn, and we have takes in e4 and knight to c3, f5 defending this pawn, queen to b3 check, e6, and knight takes on c6. So now you have this position uh, where black has the bishop pair and white has a double knights. So it's a very interesting contrast now, and the white's pawn structure is okay, and black's pawn structure is okay too, with maybe some weakness on c6 and a strong diagonal from white here. But um, um, nothing is in it really. So we have a queen to d6, and now white pushes d5. We have e takes d5 and knight takes d5, and now is getting very tricky because of this diagonal. For example, if black does something like takes this knight, then suddenly we got this nasty fork here, and it's actually a double check, losing the queen. So black can definitely not take the knight, but also it has to defend against this diagonal. So how do you do that? Well, in the game, black played bishop to e6, and now we get knight d to e7 with check. So unpinning the knight and delivering check as well. So king to h8, and now the queen can move and move to h3. Black plays queen to f4, trying to maybe some ideas of g5, g4, maybe some attacking ideas. And we have rook a to d1. Now the rook is no longer doing nothing on a1, but it has now a nice d file to look to, and we have this also. It's an attack on the a2 pawn, and but if let's say black takes, then white actually plays b3 and it traps the bishop. So black cannot take the pawn on a2. So we have queen to g5, maybe now preparing ideas like f4 with an attack on the tempo on the queen, and then maybe e3. So black has some nice attacking ideas. Um, White plays rook to d6, attacking the bishop, and the bishop retreats to f7. And actually, this gives white a very nice tactic, and I give you 10 seconds to spot it. So could you do it? Actually, what white played here is knight to f5. Um, and what it does is you have takes, and now takes on h6. So white just won a pawn. Um, we have bishop to g6, and now knight to e5. And suddenly it's getting really dangerous with ideas like just take the bishop, and there's no way to recapture because the pawn is pinned. So you have to defend this bishop. Uh, but unfortunately here, Vaishali defended the bishop in the wrong way. She played rook to f6, and that instantly loses the game. So here's another puzzle for you. White to play. What to do? So obviously, it's either knight takes g6 or rook takes g6. In the game, Valentina chose to grab it with the knight, um, and now you ha the problem is you cannot defend the h7 pawn. So you have rook take g6, but this just loses on the spot. We have rook takes h7, king to g8, rook to h8 with check, king to f7, and now it's all over. The rook falls on a8. Uh, Black tries queen to d2 and maybe have some mating ideas. Um, but of course, this is no problem for a grandmaster. Um, we have queen takes f5, rook to f6, rook to a7 with check, king to e8, and queen to c8 with check. And here the game ended. I believe black resigned the game, but was also very low on time. So whatever you do, you're getting checkmated. The only way you can defend it maybe is queen to d8, but now you can simply give a check here, and you can prolong it by maybe rook to e6, takes, king to f8, and queen takes d8 with checkmate. So this is one of the games, and this is also why I like speed chess. It's very exciting. It's fast paced, and there's blunders happening everywhere, and vicious attacks. And yeah, this event will still be on for another month. So I hope to show you a lot of a lot of more games. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.